Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots. Boots and cats and boots and cats. Hey guys, my name is Jimmy Lee and you're watching Raw Fishing Channel. Today I'll be talking about how you select your first fish finder the first time correctly, especially if you're new to kayak fishing or if you have a boat or some sort of vessel and you never have selected a fish finder before. This video is for you. And note the reason why I'm selecting Lowrance right now is because I have Lowrance fish finder because it fits well with my kayaks. When you guys select your fish finder, make sure it does fit well with your kayaks, and what I mean is really the transducer. They are getting more and more advanced these days with kayak fishing vessels. They try to create scupper holes where it fits specific brands fish finder transducer. Transducer is the unit that shoots the sonar out underwater, and if they have a scupper hole that allows you to mount that easily underneath there, it really protects your transducer, preventing it from being scraped up, chipped up, or even being knocked out of the correct angles. And if it's not the right angle, it's not going to be reading anything properly. So the first thing when you guys select fish finder brand, make sure you select one that does play well with your kayak. If not, then you don't really need to worry, because the only other ways to mount it are maybe arm on the side using ram mount, or there's other ways of doing it which you guys can figure out online. At that point, you kind of select almost any other brand if you don't have one that's compatible with any other brands. But anyway, I'm sticking with Lowrance because my two kayaks are compatible with it. And right now I'm also talking about this specific video, and it's not in order of what I kind of proposed in my introduction video, is because there's a sale. Right now there's a sale with some rebates, which I will put this in the description below. But let's get the video started for you guys. So when you guys select your first fish finder, don't just buy a plain fish finder. You got to get one that's a fish finder and Chartplotter combo. In fact, why don't I take a step back and explain what these things are. So a fish finder is really just underwater sonar that allows you to pick up what's underneath you, and that's all it does. If you guys see a fish finder that's really cheap, typically it's just a plain fish finder. It doesn't have something called chart plotting capabilities. And the reason why I want you guys to buy your first unit having chart plotting capabilities are because chart plotting is just awesome. Take a look at what it could do. So imagine chart plotting is really just similar to a GPS device. You have maps. You get to see trails of where you have gone. You could use those trails to your advantage if you need to re-drift certain spot. For, let's say, you're saltwater fisherman, you're drifting a specific part of a channel and it's productive. You could say, hey, the last 5 minutes I was drifting here, so it should be here, so I could paddle back and re-drift that one spot. Very useful. You set directions point to A to point B. You can navigate through different river system. If you guys have a lot of channels, it's really good for a lot of things. Biggest thing that I use for is waypoints, and this is exactly why it's good to have a combination with a fish finder. So let's jump back to fish finder right here. So let's look at this one little picture right here. I know it's small, unfortunately, but say you're going past here, because everything is reading from right to left. Anything closer to the right side of the screen, this is split screen, by the way, so ignore this side right here. It's what's underneath you at that time. Anything to your left is really history. So let's say you're looking right here. That's probably a couple seconds, or even many seconds of a fish on a drop off near structure. This is very awesome right here. If you actually find structure on structure, that usually typically allow you to say there is a good chance that's a fisher. And in fact, this right here depicts a fish right here. So the question is, how do you get back here and fish that spot, because that's where the fish is at? Well, all you have to do is set your arrows and then pinpoint where that location was and set a waypoint, which will pop up in your map and allows you to get back to that one spot. Now, if you don't have a chart plotter, this is your issue. You're gonna see that and you're like, oh crap, I just passed something awesome. So now I turn around and, when I turn around, which direction it really was. The wind is blowing that way, and I try to paddle this way, compensate, and I get past it and make sure I drift back to make sure I fish it right. You're gonna have a lot of problems, and you're not gonna be able to fish that spot potentially. So make sure you have a chart plotter, because that will save you a lot of hassle. And being able to put maps onto your unit allows you to understand your lake a lot better. And here's the last part that's really cool, which is going to be covered in my other future videos, which is called sonar logging. Sonar logging allows you to track this sonar right here, exactly everything you see here, and tie it to a GPS coordinates, which means you could take that sonar log and create maps. Not only that, you can also have other tools to review this again, so you kind of see where things are, and potentially set pick up waypoints after you finish fishing. So yeah, there's a lot of things I will be talking about in the future, that if you don't have a chart plotter and for your fish finder, and you don't have sonar logging capabilities, you're going to miss out on a lot of things I'll talk about. And guys, it's not that expensive. Right now I have the Elite 4 Chirp, which is not sold anymore. Well, it's still on sale. To try and push it out, they stopped making it. The one that replaced it was the Hook 4. The MSRP is $299. So as you see, it's not that expensive, and most of the time Lowrance do have really good pricing throughout the year. I think in spring is usually when the Hook 4, this model here, have rebates. In fact, a lot of them have rebates for the newer models at that time, because that's fishing season. So yeah, guys. Oh, and if you guys are really on a budget, not only you could buy the lower end last year models, you can always get a non-color one. Make sure you guys get ones, again, fish finder chart plotter combo. I'm gonna jump right back to the rebates in a second and kind of show you something. So you guys see right here with the 7X, the X indicates that it is not a chart plotter combo. Make sure anything you get don't have an X. It's bad. X means no. So yeah, guys, hoping that you found this video very useful. And then, like I said, there's my next couple videos will really talk about how you can use your sonar logging. Once you get, your fish finder chart plotter combo, you get to record your own logs. You get to see what I do with those logs, how I create maps. There's a lot of services out there and other tools out there to create your maps and view your sonar logs. There's free ones too. So I'm gonna share all that with you guys. What's better than free, right, guys? So make sure you guys like this video, give me some feedback, and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for that, because I will be releasing that very shortly. Thank you, guys. Peace out.